All right. We're going to see if this goes because the last video was glitchy. I got kicked off 4 different times. We're going to see how this goes. And I had to delete the other ones. Oh boy. We're going to hope that this goes way better. I don't know if it is. So while I wait for people to jump on, Carrie, is this working? Because last time it was all frizzy and I had to delete the whole thing. It was too choppy. Anybody, if anybody can see this, thumbs up or heart it. Heart it if it is working. Just like that video. We're going to see. Oh boy, it said, fingers crossed, yes. It's working! Okay, this has been a journey, guys. A journey. Yay, I'm getting good feedback. Oh no, we have tears. Oh no. Is the tears because it's not working? Oh boy. Is it not working? Gosh, I'm getting really nervous now. I can't tell. Somebody write a comment, let me know. I'm waiting for it. Okay, so I am hoping it's working. That was an accident. Oh, okay, all right, so it is working. Yay! Okay, all right. So I had like this Jimmy rig camera thing and things were just not going well. So if you guys don't know me, I'm Crystal Christensen and I run a blog and it is called charminglyfrugal.com. It used to be charminglypeony.com and I got really fed up with Blogger and they wanted to charge an arm and a leg. So I got rid of that. And I've gotten a lot of questions through Instagram and Facebook, both asking about why I'm doing Instagram stories every single day. And the truth is when I looked through my phone and I was trying to print out some pictures, I felt like I didn't really have very many certain months and everything looked the same. It was all, don't make any big sudden movements. Then it gets super blurry for a bit. All right. We're going to see if I can't talk with my hands. That's going to be really hard, guys. All right, I'm just going to hold my knee. So I got tired of seeing all of just post photos and nothing was real and it was all just for a perfect Instagram picture. You know what I mean? And it was about the likes. And then I was like, oh man, I don't have any real pictures of the kids and just, occasionally here and there. So I started in November recording them and taking pictures every single day. And I'm doing it for a whole year. And I'm hoping, so far from what I've seen, I love it. I love being able to see my kids grow and change and the realness of it. There's fits, there's silly moments. Every single day is a different adventure in this house, I swear to you. And that has been the best growing experience so far ever, is seeing my kids grow every single day. I'm moving my hands again. I gotta stop doing sudden movements. And so watching that has been, it's been a challenge because there's days like while I had the flu that I didn't want to record and all I wanted to do was sleep. And it's been a really great journey. That's the joy of raising kids, right? Is the unfiltered messiness of life. And that's my life every single day. And I have learned to embrace it, that some days things are not going to be perfect. And some days they are going to be amazing. And we just have to go through the messiness of life. And we shouldn't compare ourselves to Instagram. We shouldn't compare ourselves. Organized chaos. Yeah, that would be my life. Organized chaos. We shouldn't compare ourselves. And that's the big problem with the Instagram and Facebook world, is you see a pretty picture. You see what we post behind a lens, and you don't see the real in it. And you don't remember those feelings that are behind those pictures posed. But while I've been recording every day, so far for over 60 days now, we're getting close to 90, I realize how beautiful it is, even when life is a complete mess. And I did jump on the bandwagon. I started unfollowing people on Instagram because they seemed fake and it was phony and they didn't lift me up or make me feel like a good person, or they made it kind of like mom shaming, like all of a sudden you don't feel great as a person. And so that was a big challenge for me, was to say, I'm done. I'm done comparing myself to other people. I'm done feeling sad about comparing myself, and just unfollowing those people. If people don't bring you joy or inspire you or make you feel like you are doing such a great, job in life, and then you shouldn't follow them, because nobody needs that negativity in life. And my life can be crazy and chaotic and super messy. It's a mess. You should see my car. It's a mess. But it should be happy and positive. And so before I deleted my last video because it glitched out, I wanted to kind of talk about some of the direct messages, the DMs that I've been receiving, because I haven't had a chance to hit every single one and reply back. So some of those things, oh no, it's a connection. Is the picture okay, guys? Please hit a thumbs up or a heart button if it's working right. Is it working? I'm not knowing. Is the picture okay? Is it doing okay, guys? Oh, I see hearts and likes. Yay. Okay, so we're good. All right, I won't make any sudden movements, guys. But so some of those direct messages, people had asked that they didn't know I was married before. They didn't know. So kind of go back in time. I joined the military when I was 17. I shipped out for basic when I was 18. I got home right before I was 19, and I met a guy. And I went to high school with this guy, and I knew him and I trusted him and I cared a lot about him. And we ended up moving in together, and it was not the best decision. Oh, Christina, you're so funny. I went to basic training with Christina on here. So I've known her since I was 18 or 17, 18, yeah. So I was married previously, and he was a great guy. He really was at first. And then things got really bad. Really, really bad. And I don't know how to put it. Nobody goes into a relationship expecting domestic violence. That's just not something people do. People go into a relationship expecting love, and they get that. But I noticed there was a lot of signs that could have made me stop and take a step back and get out of the situation. And I didn't see them. I didn't see them. Earlier in one of my videos, before things glitched out, I saw a girl at a gas station, and she was trying to get into her boyfriend's car, and he pulled away from her. I almost ran her foot open, but he thought it was funny. And then she started walking home, and he, of course, went around the block and came back up when she had all failed loss that she was going to be walking. And that right there is a big sign. My ex-husband used to do that. I used to go into a gas station to get a candy or a drink or anything, and I would go to get back in the car, and he just thought it was funny to pull away and start driving and make me walk. And I would walk a lot. And that was just one of those big red signs. When I saw this girl go through this, I just wanted to reach out to her and say, "Hi, Mama Dotson. How are you?" I wanted to say to her, you need to walk away. Like, if your boyfriend is doing this and it's not a joke and he's doing it on purpose, it's time to walk away. And then I got myself even deeper in. And the thing about domestic violence, when I talked about it, that you are not alone, you are not alone. If you are going through something, you can direct message me in a heartbeat. I will be there for you. There are lines out there. There is help out there. There are shelters out there. There is a way out. And I just need you to know that. Another sign is if you're in a relationship and it's just your boyfriend, if you have friends and your boyfriend does not like your friends, and I'm talking best friends, ride or die, like the person who you are glued to the most, that's a sign. If all of a sudden he doesn't like your coworkers, for instance, I was like 19. He was extremely jealous over my coworkers. He was like, oh, this 40-year-old guy, you're talking to him. I'm like, that's my boss, who's happily married and has like 6 kids. If somebody is getting vindictively jealous, that's a big sign of domestic violence, and you have these different circles. So if all of a sudden he doesn't like your friends, and all of a sudden he doesn't like your coworkers, people you've been around forever, and then the next thing they start doing is they start pushing out your family, and that's how it happens. So when I got into this relationship at 19, and I was young, and I got married right away, you have this circle, and he didn't like my friends, so it got that much smaller. And then he didn't like my coworkers, and it got that much smaller. And then he didn't like my family, and it got that much smaller. And it became just us. And that is what happened. And I'm not going to mention his name on here because I don't want to slander him. I know he's come a long ways and he's gotten help over the years. But I need to bring awareness to it. People don't go into relationships thinking, oh, I'm just going to date this person who's going to abuse me. No, that's not how it happens. It happens slowly, and they are great at first. They're amazing. You don't fall in love with somebody who's just going to beat you. You fall in love with somebody who's great, and then the manipulation happens. And I just want to speak very bluntly about it because it's an issue that's not talked about a lot. It's an issue that people feel ashamed. I felt ashamed. And a lot of people I've seen pop on here know that when I deployed, I was running from my husband. Not my current husband, my ex-husband. So I volunteered to go to Iraq to get blown up and shot at versus living in a house with him. Yeah, that's the truth. I volunteered to go to Iraq to get away from him because some of the most amazing people in my life, which were my coworkers, said there's a problem and you need to get out. And so we found the best way to get out without him noticing. So I'm done with this negative subject because it is kind of a hard subject to talk about out loud. If you are going through something and you just need someone to talk to, you don't have to tell me who it is or anything. Just know you are never, ever alone, because the worst thing in the world is feeling alone and feeling like you can't. You and anyone else interested? Ooh, yeah. Oh, Shayna, that's a good one. I like that. She was saying you should read the Why Does He Do That? And I think I've actually read that one or parts of it. And it is good. It's really good because you need to know that you are not alone. Nobody is alone. And I will be damned, excuse my language, if somebody feels alone or if they are going through something like that. They need to contact, somebody. And there's helplines out there, and I'm going to make sure to attach them in the comments. But yeah, I had to leave. I had to pretty much get out of there because he had control of my bank account. He had control of my money. He had control of everything. I mean, when I got home to my apartment, I wasn't allowed to have my cell phone. And he would take my cell phone away and he would put it on the top shelf. And if you guys don't know me, I'm only 5'1". So the most restricted place to put my phone would be on the top shelf in the cabinet. I wasn't allowed to talk to certain people. And I had some amazing neighbors who were there, who did not let me get alone or be alone. And, it was good to get away. And I hoped that he would get help. He didn't while I was overseas. And when I came home, he snapped even worse. So domestic violence is a real thing. It can happen to anyone. It happened to me. and I didn't see it coming. I didn't see it coming at all. But lots of hugs, yes. So we should probably get, my phone is telling me it's time to go to sleep. But yes, so I just wanted that to be one of those were one of those DMs I was receiving a lot of, and a lot of people were really upset, and they were like, I never knew that you went through that. And it's not something we publicize. You don't wear it on your sleeve. But yeah, it was real. It was very, very, very bad. It started as control, and it ended up being very physically bad. Like, I'm glad he got help. He needed it. And nobody should ever put their hands on you, ever. And if you feel alone, you can always message me, because I will not judge you. It's a hard thing being a victim. It's not a good thing. It's not a good situation. And so, people need to know that you're not alone, and we can stand together. And I hope that wasn't such a negative conversation. Oh, thanks, Mama Dodson. Hey, it was because of you. You and Major Braun made it happen, Mama Dodson. You guys got me out of there. You guys, I had people who actually volunteered to go to Iraq with me. So if you didn't know, there's a group of us that all volunteered together because they knew what was going on and they had witnessed it. And so, yeah, if you're coming late into this conversation, I'm getting messages, sorry. I'm going to have to ignore them until I'm done with this. But yeah, so anyways, so I started recording 365 days. That's, how I joined the military. I was 17. And then I married really, really young. I got a divorce before 21. What was on my other video? So when me and Derek met, I didn't like Derek at all. He was a wild child. That's me putting it really nice. And so we became friends over time there. We kind of had a tiff. His truck commander let's just be real. His truck commander didn't want a woman driving and wanted a guy driving. And so he snatched Derek up instead of me. And so me and Derek automatically butted heads. Like, I was really upset, but it was for the best. I think all of us ended up in crews that we needed to be with, and just the building experience. So I ended up with a different crew, and he ended up in my old crew. And yeah, so we met while we were overseas, while training to go overseas. And then while we were overseas, we occasionally were friends. I still kind of had a grudge against him. And then over time, he actually became my friend, which was amazing. And right about June was when Derek asked me if we wanted to date when we got home, which we weren't getting home for like a month and a half. And I was like, you like me and I have no makeup on. My hair looks like this. And I was like, I'm going to marry this guy. Like, I'm in the middle of a divorce. I'm going to end up marrying him because he likes me with no makeup on. Like, that's a big deal. Like, you see those YouTube videos where they're like, and you see the difference and people freak out. So it was a pretty great experience of getting to know him in completely unreal circumstances. Such, you really get to know each other. And then we got home. We ended up going to the same college together. We both went to Central Washington University. Go Wildcats. All right, guys. And then we got engaged probably a year and a half after dating. And then we didn't get married until about 2.5 years after dating, because I was freaked out after being divorced. Freaked out. I was not ready to commit to somebody and know, like, I had my own apartment and we had a baby. Like, a lot of people don't understand that. Like, we had an apartment together. Well, for a brief bit. And then I had my own and he had his own. And I was pregnant. And I don't think a lot of people know this. I had my own apartment because I was afraid that things were all going to just shatter. Like that vase was just going to go. And so I wanted to have my own sanctuary. A lot of times when I think of it, I think about like Grey's Anatomy when Christina lies to Burke for months saying that she got rid of her apartment. Well, I wasn't lying. He knew I had my own apartment, but I was very nervous about that commitment of letting go of my own thing, especially after going the relationship that I had previously. And yeah, so it's kind of one of those things where if you leave, you leave your apartment there, it was like this safety net. Like if I jumped off the cliff, I could still have my like bungee cord on my back. But yeah, so that's kind of how that happened. And then once we did have our daughter, Lila, that's when I finally did get rid of my apartment. But yes, I had a second apartment. Yeah, with Derek. So that is, the whole time I was pregnant because I was scared and I was nervous. And after going through what I'd already been through, commitment was really scary. And then, so a lot of people have wondered that. Our weird love story is I couldn't stand him and I didn't like him at first. And he replaced me on my gun truck. And and he was a wild child. And so that's kind of how me and Derek got together and met. But yes, divorce papers were fully filled out, everything, lawyers were involved. My ex was refusing to sign the divorce papers and hid out a lot. So I spent a lot of money getting him served, a lot. And I hope that he does great in life. But if you didn't know, that's how me and Derek got together. And that's why we have this weird balanced chemistry relationship, because it is solely based off of friendship and trust. And it's a big deal. And a couple other things that people had asked about was Kaylee. Kaylee is doing great, guys. She is doing phenomenal. I don't even know how to put it into words of how proud I am of her. We have gone through the ringer with her kidneys, and she's had so many surgeries, and she is such a strong little girl. Like I'm getting thumbs ups. Yay. So it's still working good. Good. Okay. Because I'm going to get off here in less than 5 minutes, guys. I have to go to sleep. But I wanted to give those updates. So Kaylee, if you didn't know, was born with bilateral hydronephrosis. She had swelling in both of her kidneys, and they're rated on grades 1 through 4, 4 being the worst. 5 is immediate action. You have to have surgery if you're going borderline 5. She was born on a 4 and a 3. If you have any curiosity, this is all on my YouTube channel. I'll have to link that down in the down bar. But she had liquid on both of her kidneys. They were very swollen. When she was 2, she had to have surgery. She had a blockage on her left kidney. And then 6 months later, her right kidney started to go for the worst. And we pretty much were playing hardball with it, because at the age of 2 and 3 is not the time to be having kidney surgeries, if you didn't know. And they say if you lose it pretty young, lose one of your kidneys, the other one is going to go sooner or later. So we were way more aggressive with her and her kidney condition, and it paid off in the end. It really did. She had a bunch of blockages, and they were able to fix those up, and she is doing great. Look, guys, you don't even know. Like, it's amazing. We were told that she would probably lose one kidney before age 10, maybe 16. And then we were worried about dialysis by the time she was 18. And the way we just reacted every time we just felt something was off. I took her in. I'm pretty sure the hospital thought I was crazy because if she was puking, I take her in. They're like, she's got the stomach flu. I'm like, there's something wrong with her. And turns out she'd already started a blockage on one of her kidneys and needed it like balloon to, you know, break that cartilage. And but the way we were overprotective really saved her kidneys. And they her left side still has kidney scarring and damage. So she does have a protein restriction. We have to monitor that. But after her last appointment, he is hoping we can take her off the protein restriction because her kidneys are showing the swelling on her right. She was born at a 3. When all this stuff went down, it went to a 4, borderline 5. It is showing at less than a 1. Can you believe that? If you have not seen miracles, that right there is one of the biggest blessings in life. I can't even describe it. Her left, which was a 4, borderline 5 for her whole life. I see the kitty cat. She's kind of upset that I'm not in bed. Her left still has the scarring, which we have to monitor, but it's down to a 1. So we have less than a 1 on one side and we have a 1. This is the closest that this little girl is ever going to get to having normal kidneys. And if, you know, those real testaments of faith and everything, I think that is totally divine intervention. I believe 100% that, you know, oh my goodness, look at all these little hearts going pew, pew, pew. That is just one of those things that she is going to grow up and have a normal life. Now we still have to keep an eye on it, and hopefully it's just checkup appointments. I had to spam. I love you too, sister. You're so cute. My sister who's getting married just popped on here, and she's adorable. But so yeah, so she just is blossoming into this beautiful young girl, and I love the fact that she is going to be okay. Like, it's just amazing. And I truly think it's a blessing, because if you guys didn't know, we lived in Alaska, and after all those surgeries, we had to sell our house. We had to get out of there because we would pay, you know, to get an emergency flight, to have a family member come up and help us. I mean, I can't just abandon the 4-year-old, or, you know, she was 5 at the time too, and just leave her home alone to go be with, you know, Kaylee. And we had amazing friends and neighbors who just went above and beyond, and they are truly gardening angels. Like, they are amazing to me. It makes me cry, sorry, when I think of these guys, but it was like that. And then trying to fly family up, and, you know, an emergency airline flight that's like the next day it's expensive, guys. Sometimes it was $800 to fly somebody up. And it was just too expensive. So Derek asked his boss to transfer him to Utah, back home, because we needed to be closer to Primary Children's Hospital for her, just in case. This is before we actually got the good news. We just got the good news about her kidneys. But we needed family support, and so we popped our house on the market, and we had it under contract in less than 48 hours, I think, 24 hours on the market. And so we sold the house, and that's the reason why, is because we needed more family support, and we needed to be closer to a better children's hospital, because in Alaska, it is very small. And I am 100% advocating for Providence Children's Hospital in Alaska. They need funding, guys. They need so much help because they have amazing staff. Their nurses and their doctors and their surgeons are amazing. But they only have one floor. So us, all the heart patients, all the oncology patients, we were grouped together, and then everyone else is RSV, and that's the other two little hallways. And they only have, 6 rooms in the ICU. So if you didn't know this, it's too deep. Yes, Alaska is very, very cold. But those are the reasons why we moved, is because Kaylee needed more help. Sorry, I thought the cat was trying to scratch my chair, and I was gonna. She's scratching the scratch pad. Okay. Whoo! I was like, whoo, I'm gonna lose my mind. Okay, sorry, I need to take a sip. But yeah, so those are the reasons why we left Alaska. It's nothing to do with anything else. We loved Alaska. My husband worked right down the road from us. We were always together, and it was absolutely amazing. And now he travels a lot more for work, and he doesn't get home till later. And that is kind of the negative on that. But Alaska was an amazing adventure, and the friends that we've made are lifetime friends, and they are so caring to go above and beyond to help us with Kaylee. The look on your face. Oh, I'm not mad. No, I'm very happy. It's probably because I have circles and bags under my eyes, guys. All right. But yes, so we sold our house, and then we moved back to Utah. And Derek is with the same company. He's just in a different spot. But yeah, so that's the reason why I think, honestly, we would probably go back to Alaska if we could. But we needed to be closer to a better children's hospital. And, oh, the cat, yeah. Yeah, she likes to try to go after the chairs over here. And I put a scratching post underneath the chairs so that she'll go after that instead. And she was actually doing what she was supposed to be doing. She's like trying to hide because she was thinking about scratching. Oh no, are we reconnecting? Oh boy. It's paused. Oh man, we had a good feed going. Oh, is it back on? I hope everyone's still there. Did you all exit off? Oh, I got hearts coming in. Let's hope it stays. We're gonna hope. All right. I've already lost like 3 other people through. Okay. But yeah, so that's the reason why we left Alaska. Oh man. That cat. You see that cat? A lot of pixelation, but it will fix itself. Please give me a thumbs up or a heart if it's starting to fix itself. Let me know, because it has been a roller coaster with Facebook today. Not seeing anything. It's going up on people and then down on people and then up on people. Oh, we got hearts. Okay, so I'm guessing it's fixed itself. All right. So yeah, so that's the reason we left Alaska and we're back in Utah, which is a new adventure, and it's been fun. I'm trying to get used to an all-year school for Lila. She's off on break, so she goes to school all year round, and they get like a month off in the summer, and then she gets like randomly 3 other months off throughout the year. It's weird, guys. I'm just not even gonna lie. October was amazing on this because there's fall festivals everywhere, but now there's like nothing going on in January, and she's about to climb the walls. But those are just kind of those little tidbits of what happened with Kaylee, why we moved, the blog, why I'm vlogging 365 days a year. And I'm sorry. I know there's a lot of people out there that are really upset that people are unfollowing people. I think it's great. And I don't know if I've said it on this one. I know I said it on the other one that had to get deleted. But if you're following someone on social media, know that it is fake and posed. And I mean, things can be real too. But understand that it takes a lot of work to get that photo. And if people don't make you feel positive and happy and uplifted about life, you need to toss those things aside, because nobody needs that much negativity in their life. You need real people. My life is a mess. My kids are a mess. Oprah is the closest thing to perfect I know. And Martha Stewart. So there's not a lot of other people. You know, Jesus, of course, is perfect, guys, and God. But that's it. Like, everyone else, you're only seeing a fragment of their life. So if these people don't lift you up and bring you joy, walk away. Unfollow. Don't worry about it. Yes, Martha Stewart did go to jail, but I still like Martha Stewart. Maybe that's just me, but I like her. So I also like Snoop Dogg too. So, and they're buddies. So whatever. But if people don't lift you up and bring you joy, don't follow them. Let it go. Don't compare yourself. I have banned watching The Bachelor in my house. Sorry, I've never watched a full season of The Bachelor. You know why? I loved it at first. I really did. And I would watch it on and off. But it gives you unrealistic expectations in life. They are casting women who look a certain way. They are casting men who look a certain way. They, pretty much their whole thing is they work out all the time and they're perfect. And I think that that changes the way that we feel. All of that stuff on like media and TV. Oh, I love you too. It isn't real. It's not good for your marriage, I don't think. But that's me. I used to really love it. I knew you were lurking. But I don't want to have unrealistic expectations of Derek. Derek is amazing just the way he is. And so I'm not going to idolize The Bachelor or what he says or when the cameras are rolling. That's not real, guys. Like, it's not. And I think it's one of those things that puts ideas in your head and makes you think, oh, well, that guy says this, and oh, he does that, and why doesn't he do this? And that's just not healthy. And so I don't watch The Bachelor. I know, shocking. I'm sure a lot of you are watching it right now, because I think it is on tonight. But I don't think marriages should have unrealistic expectations of each other. That's another one. Oh, okay. So I had DMs asking how much weight I gained when I was pregnant. And every pregnancy I gained 60 to 70 pounds, guys. 60 to 70 pounds. I had fat coming all over the place. That's just how my body is designed. That's just how my body is. I'm not one of those women who has a baby and loses it all. Sorry, guys. I still got fat. My arms are still kind of chubby. And I'm still losing weight every single day pretty much, but that's just how my body goes. And so every pregnancy I bulk up 30 pounds. I don't really gain anything right at the beginning, but middle and the end. So my average weight is about 132, 135, 137 sometimes. And every time I've gotten pregnant, I bump up 70 pounds. Lila was like 128 and I gained 70 pounds. I was like 196 when I gave birth to Lila, okay? And most of it was all fluid. I was so swollen, guys. I lost like 30 pounds before I left the hospital. And then the other like 39 pounds were hard to get off after. And then with Kaylee, I didn't gain very much. But I always gain weight when I'm nursing. So Lila, I never nursed past 2 weeks. But I gained weight while nursing. And so Kaylee, I like left the hospital weighing, I don't know, like 170 or something. And I gained like 15 pounds. I crave all kinds of food, guys. And this is just how my body works. Everybody has a different body. Everybody is different. There is no shaming somebody if they only gain 10 pounds in their pregnancy or if they gain 100 pounds in their pregnancy. But, you know, that was just how my body worked. I was 5'1" and my average calories I take in on a day is 800. That's healthy for my body size. That is healthy. When the doctor says you need to eat an extra 350 calories, I start gaining weight like crazy because my metabolism, my height, my body, my BMI cannot handle that. And if I lose weight right away, my milk dries up instantly. So we're not going to get too much into the mommy talk. But with all 3 kids, yeah, with Colton, I was like 135 when I gave birth to him. Or no, wait. Before I got induced, I was like at 200 pounds. 200, yeah. And I gained weight in the hospital from swelling from my IV bags. When I left the hospital, I left at 210. Let's be real. I'm going to be real. 210 pounds. I grew a human. And then when I got home, I lost some of the weight. And then when I was nursing, I gained some back. And then once I stopped nursing, mine is all hormones. So everybody is different. Everybody is different. But my body doesn't handle hormones very well. And once my hormones start leveling out, I start shedding weight like crazy. So just this, like, I mean, I haven't done anything. I've ate crap. I'm not really trying. I try to be more active and work out, but I'm not really trying too hard. And I've already lost like another 10 pounds. But that's how my body is, though. Every pregnancy, I've gained 70 pounds. It doesn't matter if I craved sugar or with Colton, I craved ice. I only liked ice and cereal. That's it. So that was another one that I had a bunch of questions on. I really do try to get to everyone's direct messages. Life's just busy. The kids are busy. That's why I'm on here so late at night. Is it bedtime yet? It's almost 11 o'clock, guys. I'm going to have to get off here. So thanks for putting up with the first ones that glitched out and we just had so many issues. And if you guys are interested, check out my blog. I'm never going to push any products, guys. That's not something I believe in. I've had influencers and had stuff sent to me. And if I don't stand behind the product 100%, I'm never going to push it, guys. That's just not how I am. And I don't want that to be a part of my life. I just like joy and cleaning. Yeah, I like to clean. And happiness. So remember, if people don't lift you up, toss them aside, guys, because life, it's too short and you should be full of positive people around you. Fruit Loops and orange juices. Yes, I do like to eat Fruit Loops and orange juice. My stepdad is now popping on things. My favorite foods, here we go, guys. I'm just going to give this to you as your last tidbit. I like peanut butter and pickles. Yeah, like peanut butter and like pickles. So good, guys. So good. I like only orange juice in my Fruit Loops. I think milk is disgusting in Fruit Loops. Mind blown. And of course, macaroni and cheese with hot dogs. So, Megan, I don't know why you do that. Yeah, I know. Peanut butter and pickles, though, bomb.com. It's amazing. Just going to let you know. Anyways, you guys have a good night. Thanks for tuning in. And I appreciate all your feedback and updates and stuff. And I will continue vlogging with the kids every single day. And I'm going to start uploading those onto YouTube, but I'll let you know when that happens. Fried pickles are good, guys. They're really good.